Hi, thanks for joining me. This is a psychic tarot reading. We're going to jump right into it. First video is on September 11th, 2001, and the terrorist attacks that took place in New York City. What really happened? Basically here I have a list of questions, and already called in Archangel Michael, if you're into that sort of thing. He says hi, I'm sure. Maybe we'll see, because I'm not working. Anyways. Here's some of the questions I'm going to be asking, and we're going to be using a couple different decks, and I'm going to show you which ones I have here. And we're going to just glean some information about what really happened. This is sort of a conspiracy channel that I'm going to start here, so all of my topics are going to have to do with something conspiratorial, whatever, right? Number one, did planes really strike the towers? You know, that's a big controversy. Were they just demolished? Did a plane ever hit? Was it a drone? There's been lots of talk. Second question, were the buildings demolished? Who was involved? What leaders? What countries? There's been talk about Mossad and Israel and such. What role did Dick Cheney play in this? What role did George W. Bush play in this? What was the true purpose of the war in Iraq? Usually wars have actual underlying things like, oh, we went for opium, we need to go to war with Afghanistan, you know what I mean? So, and really we should ask about Larry, I think his name is Silverstein, who actually owned the World, it's amazing how they never talked about that, who actually owned the World Trade Center and took out an insurance policy weeks or like a year before this happened, and added a clause of just in case terrorism, I'm going to make a lot of money. Insurance scheme. Anyways, so I'm going to write down his name, Larry, we're going to call it Silverstein. If you know what it is, just comment it, please. And if you have any questions you would like me to ask Spirit, and during these readings, add it, and we'll do it in a future video. Okay. And did the United States know beforehand about the terrorist attacks? You know, did we know what was going to happen? So those are some of my questions. I've actually already done this reading before, and then found out there's no audio for like 45 minutes. I'm like, you know, first time YouTuber, that's what it is. No big deal. So I'm going to be moving the camera around, because I'm just using my computer here. Let's show you the decks okay? We have my homemade deck. Super proud of this. This is what I'm calling my political/economic deck. Here's the fronts. They've just got like a picture of some hands on a Bible. They're not religious, by the way. So they have things like the red herring, aka the Hillary Clinton email server. Hey, look over that way. This is a distraction in order to avoid important issues. So I literally made these. Theft. Somebody's stealing. I have people such as the royalty. I have the cards such as the 1%, the 99%. Soldier, which should say like military. The armed forces. Greed. Dark magic. I got ETs, UFO. I literally just made my own deck of things that I wanted to say in order to do readings like this. So they're ready. Next for my tarot deck is the Everyday Witch Tarot, and they're very cute. Sorry, I don't even know what my camera is. So let's get into it. We're going to be asking question number 1. I've already displayed my Archangel. I've tried to get into nice practices. Okay, first of all, let's just get an overall overview. Here's my using my homemade deck. Okay. What took place September 11, 2001 in New York City with the terrorist attack? What was the overall energy, please, Spirit? Please, Archangel Michael. Spirit, turn up on it. Please bring truthful and honest answers to this board today. And for the people watching this video, thank you, and please bring blessings to everyone involved. What really took place in September? My video, sorry if there's a pause there, with what really took place is September 11th. My computer went black. 2001 with the terrorist attacks in New York City. What really took place? Please. Excuse me, guys. I'm like kind of sick. 3, 2, there's 2, and 1. We'll take this. Okay. This is the very first card that came out when I did the reading the other day. Greed. This terrorist attack was completely motivated by money. You have it here, folks, from Archangel Michael. This was all about money, which makes me think about that insurance scam. Oh, shit, what the fuck? Now, this did not come out last time. Anyways, and this strongly has something to do with the military. This is at the bottom of the deck. Maybe they helped to orchestrate it. And globalism. It's all about the salsa. An agenda in which the few control large, multi-country dealings while shading the truth from the masses, which shows me that this was, in a way, almost like a red herring. I wonder if that's even there. And this has something to do with royalty, guys. The royals were in this. Dukes, princes. I also include presidents and congressmen and bankers. The rulers, global. So this is absolutely a global dealing. I wonder what countries. September 11th, 2001. Okay. And now what came out over here, these jumped out, is this shit has fucking to do with extraterrestrials. Now, this is the first time I've ever heard this. Positive or negative non-entity humans, extraterrestrials. And they mediated this because the layout of the cards is greed, mediator, to the ETs. Did they owe some reptiles some money? This is the kind of channel I have, okay? This is great. I'm just telling you what came out. Those jumped out, literally. So, let's see, what else? Let's see. Let's just draw like 3 cards. Let's see. Did the planes really strike the buildings? Let's start right there. And I'm shuffling. Did the planes really strike the buildings? We're especially talking about the first 2 towers. Tower 1 and Tower 2 is what we're calling it. Did airplanes really strike the buildings? Now, just so you know, we generally don't ask tarot yes or no questions, but aces, if an ace comes out or is at the bottom of the deck, aces are always yes to me, and anything else, it doesn't mean it's not a yes, but you can tell it's something from that too. But those are like straight up yeses. Alright, so did airplanes really strike the World Trade Center towers? We're going to take 3 cards. There's 1. The 8 of Cups. Walking away. Especially emotionally, you're just walking away from something. You're getting up, you're walking away. Did airplanes really strike? And there's our other 2. And at the bottom of that, the 4 of Swords, which is about all contemplation, prayer, meditation. Well, mostly contemplation and prayer. And the Death card, which yes can symbolize literal freaking death. So what is this saying? Let's see. Let me look at it. I'm thinking no. I'm actually thinking no. So what are they walking away from? Because this is a movement. Here's what came out. First came out, 8 of Cups, walking away from something. But of course you gotta look at the picture. What is the this is why I chose this deck. This deck is very intuitive because you can look at the pictures. Walking away. This is a very slow-moving guy. His foot's on the ground. He's not able to fly. Literally. He's the Knight of Pentacles. He's very slow. He tries. It's a lot of water imagery. The Queen of Cups. To nurture something. My husband. Say hi to you too. Anyway. So no, they didn't. This tells me that no. Let's see, what else can you tell me? What else can you tell me? Did the planes really strike the buildings? No. It's like somebody had the tools. Oh, so sorry, I'm trying to find the freak camera. Here's the building, the tower. And somebody with the tools was quite far away when he like presses a button. And literally walked away with like smoke in the cup. They literally like did it with their backs turned. Now this is what I find interesting, this Queen of Cups. And of course New York City, all that is like right there by water. I wonder if they were on like a subcraft, you know what I mean? A battleship, something like that. Because the question was, did the planes really attack the building? No, there's cards in the deck to show movement, even attacking, like physical attacks and shit like that. And none of these cards came up. What was that noise? I just heard the craziest noise in my headset. Next question, moving on. Were the buildings demolished? And I'm going to just shuffle with the cards that had already come out to sleep in. Were the buildings demolished? My personal opinion is yes, but I already told Spirit. Oh, these all just shut up. Too many. I already told them that it doesn't matter what my personal opinion is. I want the truth here. I do think they were free falling. I do think, from what I've seen. Okay. Yes, they were. Yes, the Knight of Swords. Quick movement. Feisty. Fast. Were the Twin Towers demolished? Yes, they were. Wow, I'm still just blown away. That's some shit. This is nothing I've ever fucking heard of. What the fuck did ETs do? Holy shit. And this is literally saying that money was mediating, aka bridging the gap to ETs. What the fuck, man? This shit goes so deep, man. I'm just telling you what came out, and if you understand the cards, you understand it. Okay, we got more cards. Final ones. So sorry, I don't know what the freaking count is. 5 of Wands. Infighting. Egotistical infighting is what the literal meaning is. They're all just like bitching and, I want to do this, you want to do that, well, I'm going to do it my way, you want to do your way, That's all this is. This is fast motion. That's why his cards are fast motion. Shit, literally free fall. Across a huge storm. Okay. Next question. Let's move on. I only got I can only post like 15-minute videos or something. Whatever. I need to. Were the buildings demolished? Yes. And there's 5 here. This is 5. So that's why I'm wondering. This was a very conflicted thing. can hear these cats outside. It's so cute. I love them. Okay, anyway, let's move on to the next one. Like I said, I only got so much time. Let's get some answers. Okay. What role did Dick Cheney play in September 11th, 2001, the terrorist attack? Okay, I'm actually feeling drawn to reshuffle my homemade deck. I'm going to keep the 3 cards that already came out. Greed, Mediator, and ETs. Keep it. Let's see. And they're right here. In case, I don't know, you can see them or not. Whatever, who cares? I'm going to put them right here. Let's see, what role did Dick Cheney, remember he was vice president during this. What role did Dick Cheney play in the terrorist attacks in New York City? In New York City, notice that I'm not even going into the Pentagon. Oh my god, we gotta ask questions about that, don't we? Let me write that down, because I almost forgot. Oh wait, remember when there was an airplane in the United States is allegedly most protected building, and yet there's no footage. That is so much bullshit. If it smells like shit, it's shit. People just generally are in denial about how shitty it is. Okay, the Pentagon. And then also we need to ask about Pennsylvania, right? Isn't that where those poor people? If that was true. Notice they didn't let any choppers or and they just happened to find one of the only things found in the records just happened to be the terrorist guy's like Muslim passport. Like that just happened to be one of the only things that survived. Like coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidence, folks. There's no such thing. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to make a quick second part here and transition because I'm getting up to 12 minutes. So we're gonna continue on next part, and sorry, I don't know my cameras. And we're gonna be asking about what was Dick Cheney's role in September 11th. Okay, and then we're gonna get on into the other ones. Thank you. Next part. Hi, this is the next part. We're gonna be talking about Dick Cheney. Let's get right into it. Here. Let's see. Tell us about Dick Cheney and September 11th, please. Sorry, I don't lose the camera. Please, I got Archangel Michael here with me. I got my spirit guides, of course. They're always with you. They're always with me. Please tell me about Dick Cheney and his role in September 11th terrorist attacks. Oh, shit. Financier. Those who finance large-scale or covert global projects. And on the bottom of the deck, royalty. This shit has to do with royalty. Now, if you watch the first part of this video, or the other video, or maybe I can attach these videos, I have no idea. I'm going to call it part 1. If you watch part 1, we noticed that the royalty card came out. Not only does this shit somehow fucking have to do with ETs, which I have never heard of. I'm not surprised. I know about the Anunnaki and everything. And by the way, the Anunnaki bloodline is on the royal family. So maybe that's why the ET card came out. Huh. That's the closest I have. Although this one says specifically beings not of this planet. Just to have Anunnaki blood does not mean that you're not of this planet. Right now, in this lifetime. So if he was a financier, Dick Cheney. Yeah. Okay. What's the next card? The next card. Deception. Lies. Propaganda. Deceit. Omission of truth. He's lying about shit. Okay. Who's fucking surprised? Nobody. Pardon my cusser. Okay. We got my witch tarot. What was Dick Cheney's role in September 11th, 2001? What was his role? We're going to take maybe 3 cards, whatever you feel drawn to. What was Dick Cheney's role in September 11th, 2001, terrorist attacks in New York City? There's one. He handled the reins. It's the Chariot. Notice it's a Major Trump card. Not Trump as in the president, it's called Major Trump. The Major Arcana, which means it's very significant. He literally handled the reins of 2 conflicting polar forces and drove it. He literally drove this fucking project. Holy shit, Dick Cheney, you're so man. It's okay. We have to love and forgive these people. All of them. We have to. Created us. And what goes out will come back to them in this lifetime or future ones. So it's like, doesn't mean you don't have to like it, but you can forgive. I forgive you, Dick Cheney. It's harder to forgive when you hear that he punches women in the face and sexually abuses them. That's harder for me. Back to the cards. What was Dick Cheney's role? Please. So we already know he was literally the driving force, the chariot between this. And we know that he stood to gain. This was all about greed. And he was helping finance it. Was he, this came up. He was building his harvest. Seven of Pentacles. This says that he is literally, he's planting seeds and growing things. And tending to his pentacles, his harvest. He's tending to his money. So this was all about probably setting up stocks, shares, and things for future. Things for the future. Because this is about, you're going to have a harvest later on and reap literally what you've sown. So this is about him. He's really selling some stuff here. Okay, speaking of Dick Cheney, I got this wonderful new deck called the Archetypal. I don't know if it's archetypal, Oracle card deck. Freaking amazing. Let's ask and learn, what is Dick Cheney like? Okay. Please, what is, especially regarding September 11th, 2001, what can you reveal to us about Dick Cheney, the vice president? He was vice president at the time, what I call. What can you tell us about Dick Cheney and his role he played in September 11th, 2001 in New York City? We're focusing on the New York City Twin Towers attack. Gosh. What can you reveal to us about him? Thank you. This is a huge deck. This one is oh shit. This is amazing. Bam. Oh god, it's fucking sad. That kind of breaks my heart. Literally every time you see somebody who's so dark, who's doing things that you don't like, literally pray for them. I know it sounds so cheesy because I was an atheist a year and a half ago until I was awakened. But say a prayer. I'm going to say a prayer for Dick Cheney tonight, and probably George W. Bush if we get to him soon. The vampire. Literally sucks your soul, sucks your energy. Depletes others for their own physical survival. He was, and at the bottom of the deck, he was a shapeshifter. What does that mean? That means that he shows you this one face, that I am this one person, when he's really actually another. He has a whole different mask. He has the mask that's hideous. That kills people. Sad. Fucking sad, dude. So, okay, let's see if there's any other of these. Dick Cheney. Involved with September 11th, 2001 and the Twin Tower attacks. Please help us to understand what was in his mind and who he is as a person. And then everybody's in person, please. Okay. Oh, he's a gambler. And this isn't always literal, by the way. The gambler card just flew out. It shows that he could be lucky. Seems like he is, considering he's gotten away with a massive crime. Could be lucky. Could be... gamblers are risky. They're risk takers. And this was a huge gamble. that he was totally okay with doing that. Okay. So, I think that's good enough for now. Thank you for the messages on Dick Cheney. And so now let's move on to George W. Bush. Wow, this is just, I just want to show you one more time. Dick Cheney, guys. Gambler. Shifter. Vampire. I don't think he's the Twilight vampire. I think he's the kind, like in Dracula, that murders people. Although I can't even remember who murders him. But he wants to murder Keanu Reeves, right? Alright. Might need to light some more incense up in here. Okay, I'm going to completely put back all the cards. Sorry, George W. Bush. What role did George W. This is my, again, my homemade deck. What role did George W. Bush play in the role? What role did he play in the terrorist attack on September 11, 2001? Okay, I got 9 minutes on this video. I think I can only make 15-minute videos on YouTube right now. So I apologize if that's super annoying. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm really not. It's because you have to have like some sort of premium membership or something. I don't think I have that. At least not tied to this account. So anyways, what role did President George W. Bush play in the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001? Yeah. By the way, in case you're just tuning in or paying attention, I'll change my voice. And he'll be with you, just literally asking you to come be with you. Literally that easy. If you need him to give you a clue, ask him, hey, can you please give me a tell that you're here? Of course, it helps if you actually turn off your phone, you know what I mean, and still mind for a moment, because you might realize that that candle will like a really huge flame for a second on the whole card, dude. Anyways, what role did George W. Bush play? Thank you. Globalism. It's all salsa. Oh my god, leave a comment if you know where that's from. It's my show. Great show. An agenda in which the few control large multi-country dealings while shading the truth from the masses. The picture's great. What we're told it is versus what it really is, which is a bunch of dudes in suits and royalty and shit who fucking run everything. It's a lie. So then that means that he had an agenda and assisted in helping to put the veil over our eyes. And this means, if it's global, that means already that we're dealing with more than just the United States. That this wasn't a cover-up just from us. That this was shit going on with multiple countries. Okay. What other messages about George W. Bush, please? You see, you can't even like see that, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna put it right here. And by the way, say a prayer for him. Literally say a prayer for him. Yes, he needs it. Those with the darkness don't realize that we all come from the same creator. Okay. Wow. All of these came out. I think my cards are getting too full of energy. Let's just take one more, please. Oh, they're all messed up and upside down. For George W. Bush and his role. Sorry, I gotta turn this back around. And his role in September 9, 2001. Especially regarding this globalism card. We're gonna ask about that. I'm gonna select. Fucking ain't really. Okay. Wow. So you remember how the first part of it, the ET card came out. Get me for, dude. An unidentified foreign object. Mysteries. It's also about mysteries, strangeness, oddities, and unsolved causes. So he has globally helped to create this as an unsolved puzzle, which means, and the red herring card came out, aka the Hillary Clinton email server card, which says, hey, don't look over there. So he purposely created red herrings through the towers falling, or just being in the conspiracy of it. And this also came out, but the deception of it. In order to create the puzzle, in order to make sure that things were obscured, okay, in order to create deception. And the balance of it, the base of it, I'm sorry, fell. My apologies. Money and power, that's the base. That's what this was all about for him. Authority over others, controlling something. Could be resources, establishments, monies. Okay, so that's the basic version of the dish. So now let's go to the red deck. My archetypes. Oh, I love this deck right now. And please tell us about what's going on. No, I'm doing things. You don't understand. I'm not plugged in or nothing. What was George Bush's role in September 11th, 2001, please? And thank you so much. I'm going to create a Google with these dudes tonight. The Exorcist. These two also came out. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's see what this means. The Exorcist. The wounded child. Yeah, he had a shitty past. And the trickster. Which is about manipulating others through duplicity. If you look at its literal meaning. So what was his role in September 11th? This Exorcist card I find intriguing. I'm gonna spray. Please help me to understand this. Okay, so he obviously, this one's easy. He helped trick and deceive us. He was freeing himself, I think, him or a group of people that he belongs to, of something that was negative. Maybe they all had like a big debt, or he owed somebody something, and he literally excised it by participating in this, is like what I'm getting. He excised something that was negative for him. That could mean anything, right? Like, if it's negative for him, it could be, it's obviously not going to be negative for us necessarily. So, and the wounded child card, which talks about, abusive home life when he's a child. Literally, that's what it speaks of. And then blaming others then for his failed relationships later in life. Exercising, wounded child, trickster. And the bottom of the deck is the rebel. He's a rebel. He don't give a shit, dude. He's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants. He don't care. The wounded child kind of has me confused in this meaning, because I definitely feel like it's, while he is a wounded child archetype, that it goes deeper than that pertaining to 9/11. If you have any ideas what you think Spirit is saying here, please leave a comment what you think. So a lot of times other people will pick up stuff in videos that the original reader doesn't always know, and you'll be able to see it. The trickster. Blah, look at all this stuff I'm doing out of the hats. Distractions. Yeah. Okay. You should have seen the first time I did this video. Holy crap. I know I'm running over my time a lot, so I'm a little unsure. I think I'm going to just go ahead and continue part 3. We'll start another question. The next question will be talking about the war in Afghanistan, and hopefully we can also get to, did the U.S. government know beforehand that the terrorist attacks were imminent, such as Pearl Harbor? Like, now we know, like, for facts, like, yeah, they knew, and they didn't do anything. They didn't, like, activate the military. So, those are the next questions. Please stick around. Go to part 3, and love you. See you there. Bye. Welcome to part 3. This is our tarot reading of September 11, 2001. I'm asking all sorts of questions, getting all kinds of answers. We were just asking about George W. Bush. Had some really interesting cards. He helped to facilitate a global red herring in order to create an unsolved puzzle via deception, by lying. He lied. He helped in covering it up. And then what cards about him? He was exercising something. Exorcist card came out for him. He was scared. It's about fear of facing or naming his fears. He was scared. The wounded child. I would have no doubt that this is his archetype in life, that he has a really shitty childhood. I mean, just imagine his father who's like supposed to be a pedophile and all this stuff. But I'm unsure if he was like purposely wounding children somehow in this attack. And then the trickster card came out. Okay. Let's get right to it. The next question. What was the purpose of the war in Afghanistan? I'm going to my tarot deck. What was the purpose of the war in Afghanistan? See what kind of answers I can glean. What was the purpose of the war in Afghanistan? We've already received answers about September 11th, which was all about greed and money and power. What was the purpose of the war in Afghanistan? Thank you. Now the tarot cards are slightly harder for me to understand. I do know of them, but I just don't use them very much anymore. So the war in Afghanistan, we have the Queen of Wands, which is about charging forth with incredible energy, then getting way too much to do. Like, not even being able to lift the ship. Holy shit. And this was about making somebody feel really special, really good, taking from others to give to some, to give to the few. Now let's go back to my homemade deck, homemade political deck, and let's ask about the war in Afghanistan. Please tell me what was the true purpose. Oh, that one's coming out. What was the true purpose of the war in Afghanistan? The war specifically that happened after September 11th, 2001. They know that, but I'm just clarifying for spirit. This was to please somebody, the war in Afghanistan. Look at how all these people in the background are clapping at this like one person who's like dressed really in expensive clothes, a leader of some kind. This pleased a bunch of people, even though it created such problems. Look at how hard that is to carry that load. Okay, what was the true purpose? Thank you. Of the war in Afghanistan that took place after September 11th, 2001. This is flipped over. Read. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll go 5 and then stop. Oh, and another one, and okay. Okay, so this has come out twice now. Poverty. Card of poverty. And the card of the everyman, which is about the 99% of us. There's a 1% card in the stack, and then there's the 99% card in the stack, which obviously this represents the average citizen being impoverished and then being greedy. So this all had to do with money. But of course, who's surprised? You could probably ask about every single war in the history of humanity. We're going to get the greed card first. Somebody wants more than others, so is willing to take it. So the next card that came out is the mediator card, which is a good card. It's about, bridging the gap of communication. So the greed bridged to creating victims of poverty among the everyman. It's almost like what they're saying here is this, because remember the original question is what was the true purpose of the war in Afghanistan? It's almost like they're saying the true purpose was to create a bunch of victims of to make these everymans impoverished. Like they literally went there to make the country poor. To take away their resources, to hurt them. How weird is that? What's the next one? ETs. Man, this shit always fucking gets back to these ETs. Alright. But of course, reptiles. What can I say? So, okay. So that's all I have question-wise for the war in Iraq. So, greed-based. This was a bridge to greed. The money created a bridge to a bunch of victims. The everyman, the 99%. This war affected people like us. And really caused famine, hunger, homelessness. It really just destroyed them. So fucking sad, dude. Pray for the people of Afghanistan. Okay, next question. We're just checking these off, man. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. What was it? Okay, done. Did the U.S. government know beforehand? Okay, put the card in. Did the U.S. government know beforehand about the 9/11 attacks? Now again, I have my suspicions, but I've already asked and sort of like prayed upon the cards with Archangel Michael and such that you show me the truth, not what I believe. Did the U.S. government, so you can't see me, did the U.S. government know beforehand that the attacks were imminent? Those want to come out. Yeah, they knew. They had this shit fucking well staffed. Holy shit. So you got the Empress here, and then the Three of Pentacles. A bunch of people in like a command room, staring at a television and bored, watching it take place. It's also about creating something. And notice that this is totally on purpose. They're both threes. Don't be surprised if the next card that comes out is another three. So always on purpose. Excuse me, thank you. Here's the Queen of Wands again. The fiery energy to go and take action after what you want. The question being, did the U.S. government know beforehand about the attacks? And at the bottom of the deck is the yes. I told you before in my very first video, aces are always straight yeses. Spirit doesn't always just give you the ace, but yeah, they knew beforehand. They literally helped to birth, that's what this little card's about. They literally helped to birth this thing. They created this. And then they stared at a board or like a television or something like that, and they watched it happen. That's as fun as that. And they celebrated. This was very good. Notice that this is another 3. This is now 3, 3, 3. Yeah. It's fucking sad, dude. Okay, so yes, thank you, Spirit. Again, if you have any questions that you think I should elaborate upon, or any other questions like, hey, you need to ask about this, just please write in the comments and I'll come back and I'll do it. No, okay. Okay, I gotta wrap up here. It's 11:11, by the way. What do you know? I gotta wrap up here. Thank you so much for watching. Seriously, please like, subscribe if you want. I'm gonna make a bunch of these videos on different controversial topics. I'm gonna get better at it as I do it. Like, this is the first time I've done readings about a collective conscious awareness idea. I'm gonna do nothing but controversial things. We're gonna do JFK. We're gonna do Sandy Hook. Maybe Pulse nightclub. Oh yeah, Vegas. Hello, the new Vegas thing. Maybe the Boston bombing thing. There's a lot of controversy still about that and the two brothers. Okay. And now we have questions left. Let's see, well, how much time do I have? I have 5 minutes. Let's do another one. We're going to talk about the Pentagon. Okay, what happens with the terrorist attack against the Pentagon? Allegedly, the plane hit it, and they can't show you footage of it because they don't have any, because it didn't happen. And allegedly, it was like they had what do you call that? Construction demolition prepared for that day? Like, are we seriously supposed to be so fucking stupid that we just accepted these off? Anyway, what really happens at the Pentagon on September 11, 2001? Angel Michael, please bring us truth and justice. Please bring us answers. Please, Spirit, thank you so much. Please bring blessings to everybody who's watching this video. Please help us to live in alignment with our divinity and our highest good. Thank you so much. I love you. And it's my bedtime, just saying. Alright, one more shuffle. And there it is. Okay, this was about a financier. Scam, a financial scam. This was a fucking financial scam. The Pentagon was. And we were all victimized. Alright, thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, let's see. Let's try our red fancy card. Let's see what comes out. Can you please give us any more information? Okay, already came out. The Alchemist. It's about transforming one motive into something new, or it's also about the misuse of power and knowledge. The misuse of power and knowledge. Yeah, they straight up misuse their power and knowledge. Can you please, and this will be, I'm wrapping up here. This is going to be wrapping up. I will continue with more videos in the future. Thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Just so that you can get my videos in the future. Now, who was it? I am the psychic tarot lady. What else? Thief. Again, this was the question about the Pentagon terrorist attack. Thief. They fucking stole life. This is about stealing something. Stealing or having powers that other people lack. Thief. Fool. They made fools of us. They made fools of us. And denied it's about the denial of truth. They stole. And this had to do with the night. And you have to look at the shadow qualities of these, because these all have positive qualities, but in this case, that's what we're asking, and then sending out these cards, obviously. They're dark messages. This is about having an allegiance to a destructive ruler or principal ideas. So, somebody high up told them, probably, this is what we're doing. And they just seduce us with bullshit. The damsel. Oh, this is what really happened. No, it's not. You have a misuse of power and knowledge. You freaking stole, lied about the truth, made yourself fools for one ruler, based off a financial scam. Oh, I wonder who made out financially. See, you can't really ask that. You'd have to ask about a specific person. You know, the tarot cards can't flip out Dick Cheney and this and that. Yeah. Wow, dude. Yeah. So we're going to wrap it up here. September 11, 2001. I still have to ask about Pennsylvania. I'll probably do that next time. And I'll get to your questions if you can post them, please. Anything you'd like to see me do or add to. Hopefully you enjoyed this. This is my first time, so take it easy on me. Thanks for watching. And hey, be blessed. Be healthy. I love you. Bye.